Very fine morning to you. Today is Tuesday, the 28th day of October 2025. It's quite cold and rainy, Lillian, this morning in Enugu State.
To be honest, Uche, I didn't want to come to work today.
I'm sure you just wanted to keep sleeping
Right.
and sleeping because of the rain. Anyway, good morning to you.
Good morning, Uche. What's trending?
Well, I'm just seeing that our security architecture is under fresh restructuring. We're seeing that the president has carried out a major shake-up in the military, you know, replacing the chief of defense staff and appointing an entirely new team of service chiefs. What do you think about that?
For him, I think he said it's for a security emergency or restructuring, you know, but the living, okay, in his word, he said the living chief of defense staff replaced. Was he trying to leave? Was the man in the process of retirement?
I'm just thinking, does it mean that, you know, the previous chief of defense staff and other service chiefs were not competent enough to do the job and so had to replace them? Well, that is not, you know, our place to say. But welcome to the program this morning. You're watching Signature Morning on Signature TV. And I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha.
And I am Lillian Wale. Coming up next is our newspaper headline and review. Now it's time for our newspaper headline and review. We'll be starting with the Punch newspaper. On the headlines, chairmanship, PDP consensus deal shatters as Lamido rejects Turaki. That's on page 2. And tension ahead of convention, screening postponed indefinitely. Lamido heads to court, Turaki advances bid.
92-year-old Bia's eighth term win sparks protests in Cameroon. Tinubu Obasanjo lead dignitaries to honor late Christopher Kolade.
Natasha broke penal code in attacks on Akpabio and Bello, says AGF. And hardship, Akpabio Yowada challenge Nigerians to monitor governors.
Collapsed Lagos building occupants ignore distress signs, says residents. And we have doctors mobilized for Friday's strike amid 38 billion naira unpaid allowances.
And on the Nigerian Tribune, we are seeing confusion rages in PDP ahead of convention. Party postpones planned screening of candidates indefinitely. Lamido threatens court action over inability to purchase forms. We haven't seen the forms, Anyanwu Bature say, as Turaki submits himself.
Ekiti 2026, Oyebanji emerges APC governorship candidate. Promises not to disappoint citizens. Ekiti consensus template should be adopted nationwide, says Ododo. And 2025 UTME, JAMB releases results of 85 underage candidates.
92-year-old Biya re-elected president of Cameroon for 8th term. 4 dead in opposition protest. And resident doctors issue 19 demands to avert indefinite strike, say FG owing health workers 38 billion naira allowance.
Tinubu service chiefs meet, review security strategies. Nnamdi Kanu dumps plan to enter defense, insists he has no case to answer. Judge gives him 4 days to file written address.
And on the Vanguard newspaper, we are seeing alleged terrorism. Why I can't defend FG's charge against me, says Kanu. And on electricity, we are seeing FG's debt hits 6 trillion naira and Genco's push for urgent payment.
Church raises alarm over herders' invasion in Taraba communities. Lukarawa kills over 10 Fulani in Kebbi's reprisal attacks. And chaos in PDP convention at risk. Lamido vows to sue over denial of access to chairmanship form by party. Turaki submits chairmanship nomination form. Over 20 PDP lawmakers threaten defection over alleged plots to cheat APC nominee for National Woman Leader, on page 5.
Also on the Vanguard newspaper was an era of endless court battles over, says INEC chairman Amo Peton. First Bank demonstrate effective assets liability management with Eurobond redemption.
On the Daily Trust, we have 10 herders killed, over 80 bandits neutralized in Kebbi.
And again, Tinubu meets service chiefs. No case to answer, Nnamdi Kanu tells court.
PDP chairmanship, I'm being shut out, says Sule Lamido, and how Ekiti governor clinched APC return tickets.
Protest in Cameroon as BES secures 8th term.
And 15 rescued in Lagos building collapse. Why $120 billion hydrocarbon resources not benefiting Africa? And that is it for the headlines that we have on our newspapers this morning. And now over to our review with our in-house reviewer, Chris Maduka. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche. Good morning, Lena.
Good morning, Chris.
And good morning, people of the world. Welcome to another day of review of events in Nigeria, as reflected in our headlines, our newspaper headlines. Of course, this reflects the state of nation of Nigeria. If you doubt that, go and ask the newspapers to write what we are reviewing.
All right, now the trending since yesterday has been the 92-year-old BES 8th term win sparks protest in Cameroon.
Why I have to talk about it is about the innocent citizens who died, protesting why a dead man should be president of Cameroon. Their life is not worth drawing for, because the man will soon die. They would have allowed nature to take its course. I know it's out of frustration, and they have registered that Bia want to. There's this joke they always make. It's if somebody is interested in following women, to the point is uncontrollable. They will tell you it's like you want to follow the route that you came to this world through to go back. This man want to die there, and if he had life after presidency, he would gladly have submitted. In management, you say, if you find yourself in an office and there's nobody really in place to take your place after, that means you're a bad manager. I don't know the population of Cameroon. I don't even care, because we have more problem than them. If their problem is that the dead man has come back, during campaign they use the money hut of the president to, the man couldn't stand the campaign. He can't even stand without support. And this is what is happening in Africa. You look at it, and people of other communities, one decent community, will look at Africa and look at them and say, these are human beings in 2025. I don't even want to go their way, because what is happening in Nigeria can be worse than this. But that is telling you that Africa is not yet there, and they are not close to there. Somebody somewhere is placing this. You want Africa to die. If the international community, the French, France, or whatever they call themselves that are colonized the Cameroon, if they had wanted Cameroon to breathe, they would have come back and advised the man, come, let's provide you and leave these people to sort it. But there must be something there that are doing this, are benefiting from this man. But that doesn't matter. 92-year-old. In Africa, in my place, they say he's not Giga. If somebody like him dies, it's celebration of life. So what the people who are, there's a place you get to. People will be praying for you to die. This man has gotten to that level. Instead of asking God for a longer life to enjoy himself, he wants to die ruling Cameroon. But the Igbos say, he only took off. If that's what he wants, he will definitely find that. And for all African leaders who are wanting to tow his, the road is clear. Let them go ahead. But one day, Africans will rise on their toes and said, not anymore.
All right, now we're seeing PDP consensus deal shatters as Lamido rejects Turaki.
You will save me the trouble of PDP. Because can you imagine? If Lamido is contesting Turaki's, then how else are you going to salvage PDP? For even Turaki to accept to chairman, all of them, you want to buy from. All this while, Lamido did not see PDP to campaign to be. Now that the North has found out, they said, let Turaki think about whether they will use PDP to have another hold on Nigerian politics. Somebody. So are you saying this is the clear IBDs? And they were doing this politics in 2025. They think Nigerians are dunces. And they will boldly be doing this. You want to buy form by all means. Why not defect? If the party reject form, you go to another party. Must you kill that, go to court and kill the party because you want form? Leave matter for Matthias. They know what they're doing. And you know, when you are passing by the forest and you see a little bird dancing by the side of the forest, what is playing the music for that little bird is inside the forest. That's what my father told me. For Nigerians, that's proverb of bone and silence. And some of them do not understand it because he who the gods want to die, they first make them to be deaf. Some of these things are happening in Nigeria, making people, conscienceless politicians, want to play politics to the point of death. Chop and die politicians. But like I said, Biya in Cameroon want to die in office. Some of the Nigerian politicians want to die in politics. Chicken, anything you ask God, He give you. And they will get what they want. I wish them good luck. Because if everything leaves this world, how you want it will never leave. Because it's you that control. The spirit of the prophet is within the prophet. Let's move on.
Right. Nnamdi Kanu Dom's plan to enter defense insists he has no case to answer. Judge gives him 4 days to file witness address.
I am only going to say this, and I'm sure. So a lot of people have been following newspaper review on, and they're writing all they want to write. I will say this, and mark me, they will go back and misquote me. If you keep a man full of energy in DSS custody for this long, with his brain running around, I am not sure again, because Nnamdi Kanu is a man who is fighting for his people, and is a one man against the state, and the state against one man is the woman. That's one. And there's nothing a state cannot do to make one man to succumb. Idi Amin said in Idi Amin film, I will always quote, when Idi Amin in the film, Idi Amin of Uganda, in that film, he killed his Minister of Health and put his head in the freezer and called another minister, Attorney General, into his sitting room, opened the fridge and showed him the head of Minister of Health. And he told him, go and write the report that this man died of accident. The minister, Attorney General said, sir, what do you want me? He said, okay, if you don't write a report that this man died of accident, somebody will write a report that you died of heart attack. So the choice is up to you. That is state against one man. And that is uncontrollable power against one man. What can a state do to subdue one man? I'm going to say this. I'm giving you background because people who want to quote me out of place will quote. I am no more sure that Nnamdi Kanu is psychologically fit for anything. And that's what they have broken him down to this level. They broke him down to the level, I don't know what they give him to eat wherever he is. I don't know the condition on which he stays there. But there are certain things that can make you to be psychologically and mentally. You guys have been dealing with mental health here. Imagine somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. With what is happening now, the court is giving him 4 days to prepare the defense that his team of lawyers couldn't do. Where he's going to sit to write and put in writing a paper defense document. What mental state is he when you give him 4 days? Where is he going to do that? And he himself has to tell you that he's on mix up already. You can see it from statements coming from his mouth, and that they have broken him to the level that Nnamdi Kanu is now mixed up. He is now saying from the newspaper headline today that he's not having any case to answer, that he's not even going to say anything again. Now you get, even the people following the case will start having mental issues. Because you get confused, you yourself. You get to the point where people were worried before that he's calling for witnesses And I made a statement here, I said, they released Nnamdi Kanu before he called the president to come as witness. Some people went to quote me out of context, and people were calling me and said, I have a clip of all I said on newspaper review on Signature TV. If you want it, I play it back. I said, why dragging? It's because of the drag that he made Nnamdi Kanu to be calling all the VIP witnesses. Now, today, a man said, I don't have a case to answer. So, Onebulone, as you say it in Igbo, which one is which? What are we going to follow? The court to the other side are giving him ultimatum 4 days to prepare the face. The man said, I don't have case to answer. After a few days ago, he's called heavy, high-profile witnesses, which the people we know. So can't you tell you there's confusion? And I told you, the last is not hard about Nnamdi Kanu's case. And Nigeria are watching. If you break a man to the level that he becomes psychologically imbalanced, Nigerian Medical Association said Nnamdi Kanu is fit to stand judgment. I don't know who made up their team, whether they went with a psychiatric and psychologist and all the people who, because a man is fit mentally and physically. From what is happening, I'm not a doctor. I am only saying, let them go back and check whether Nnamdi Kanu is balanced health-wise to do this thing he's doing. Otherwise, they will make us to be chasing shadow. They will be talking just total confusion. And then at the end of it all, because I said they stayed against one man, they can always find whatever they heap on him and then.
Okay, now we're seeing on the Punch, insecurity, Tinubu presses new service chiefs for immediate action. And on the Nigerian Tribune as well, Tinubu service chiefs meet and review security strategies. Yeah, new day, new thinking, new idea, new persons, new interest, new inspiration. That's how we used to say it in New Day on Signature TV. So with the new people, new security chiefs, there will be new charge as president of Nigeria. That insecurity has taken Nigeria to push us to the wall. And this is time for us to either, if we are roasters or chicken, if we are, what do they call it? Aibulo kopa, ayakwa akwa, aibulo adidiri, ayayi akwa. You know the chicken that lays egg and the one that the cockerel. If you're a cockerel, crow. If you are a chicken, the female chicken, go and lay eggs. That is the time now for us to do it. Otherwise, time is not on Nigeria's side again. Nigerians have died enough. And they are still dying because we are seeing on the headlines. That is what I'm saying. So the issue of meetings and any meeting is allowed. The president is giving fresh charge. Let us now see what the new service chiefs will do with the presidential charge. We wish them well. Because what we are looking for at the bottom of a plate is either fish or meat. What we want in Nigeria is life, happiness. Even in the midst of hardship and hunger, we are a resilient nation. We believe we can always survive. That better days can always come. My father told me, once you are alive, one day good thing will meet you. It's only a dead man that dies and goes. So we as Nigerians, as religious as we are, we have high hopes that one day, if we do not die, that we will meet up good thing in Nigeria. So that's why, whatever you're doing to us, just allow us life. Whether you put fuel at 1,500 or 5,000 naira, which I've recommended here, nobody quoted me to say I said they should sell fuel. It's when I discuss releasing Nnamdi Kanu, people who go there talking, they are free. Because some of them, you know, communication is a business of 10 blind men with one elephant. The man who touched the leg says he's an Iroko tree. So I don't want to go into teaching them. They can go ahead. But my mother said, as far as, you know, when children are falling and falling, the person I felt I hold on the ground is person I don't know who is on top of me. So those ones who are putting what I'm saying on this headline are putting for themselves. So whatever they get, they take. And as I know. So we want good life in Nigeria. Let our service chiefs go and carry out the duty the president has given them.
All right, here on Nigerian Tribune, we're saying that FG is owing health workers 38 billion naira. And on Vanguard, we're saying FG's debt hits 6 trillion naira. Genco's push for urgent payment. So on the Tribune, resident doctors issue 19 demands to avert indefinite strike. FG is owing up and down.
I'm sure the federal government are spending more than 38 billion on solar energy, lighting up Sorok. The government of Rivers State spend more than that in lighting up only government house. And so Nigeria, all this debt, when the thing comes to one, they start churning out debt figures. Nigeria is not a debtor nation. The people who are owing Nigerian money are here. It's been on a pampi. Government money for government house. The corrupt politicians who are holding our money are still here. They are not anywhere. So we are not broke. I bet you, one corrupt Nigerian politician can pay 38 billion for us to avert strike. Check. This is a system where you can make as much as one without check. That's why we have this issue. So what are they looking for? Nigerian money, then Nigerian money, people's pocket. Only that few people are holding it. And we have EFCC who tell us about how many 7,000 you've gotten. If they go to the street and just pick few small children and pick them and do buru, they write the record. But they know the big men who are holding one of the big catches. And you get that 8 billion, use it to settle the health workers. And because it will worse. For us, this thing is looming. It's looming. We don't have food. We can't buy anything. The rents are high. Life in Nigeria and the health workers, the few of them that have not jackpot, we go on strike. Because of 38 billion naira. That the government of Nigeria can pay with, that is, we don't even remember how they signed it off. Because some of these contracts that are awarding and the kick front and kick back they are getting from them can pay this. It's just conscienceless when you don't have plans. Because now me alone, and then the collective people can go to hell. When then they fall sick, they go to India. They go to, incidentally, it's Nigerian doctors that are there. I saw a viral content somebody made. A Nigerian top official went to India. And when they introduced him, immediately he got to the owner, the senior medical officer. He was a Nigerian. And the one said, go and lie down, I'm going to treat you. The man ran away. What is happening to us? Why is it that we don't care about anything? And we are turning our figure. If you go to Nigerian Bureau of Statistics now and tell them, they will tell you how Nigerian economy has improved with 29%, how inflation has dropped with the 40%, while the people are dying. We have what we call statistical progression, why the real life situation is bad. Look at their warning now, health workers will go on strike. Now everybody is laughing. It's all will be dying one by one. But one day, even the man who thinks is the Minister of Health will die. The last person in the Minister of Health will die. Every Nigerian citizen will die. So let them wait, it's turn by turn. If you don't die by hunger, you die by hardship. If you don't die of sickness because the medical also go on strike, you die by accident or natural disaster. Death must come. Why are we making noise? We say, let us prolong it. We know we all die, but it will be more painful when you know that your avoidable death has caught you because you're Nigerian. Well, let's go. I think our time is going.
Yes,
our time is up.
Out. But just this JAMB releases results of 85 underage candidates.
They clear 86 underage candidates for exceptional admission.
Yes. They
clear them. Is it that they are to go or not to go? I don't have the details. But the JAMB, like I said, I will repeat, is overrated. So whatever they're doing now is a fair image laundering. Because you move and you get to your crescendo, then the anticlimax. The JAMB, WAEC, all of them are their anticlimax. Until they do something, because they are still with most of the people managing these two organizations are analog people. They have not caught up with the digital technology and what they're going to do. So even their thinking is analog.
All right, okay, Chris, our time is up.
Here now.
Oh, is it up?
Yes.
Thank God it's up because Nigeria wahala too much.
Right.
So let us take a breather. if they will allow us break. Thank you for having been with us of this morning edition of Newspaper Review. We enjoyed it. I hope my shouting has not blocked your ear. Just manage me. Take me the way I am, according to the ancient and modern song by the Anglicans. He said, don't throw me away. Take my words, don't throw me away. It can still be better. Follow us on Signature TV. We are going somewhere. When we get there, you'll see where we are going. And thanks and God bless my grown-up angels. God bless you. But remember, God bless me too. Remember, God blessings are meant for those who deserve to be blessed.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. A very big thank you to you, Chris Maduka, for that review. And yes, coming up next is our conversation with so many guests. Do stay with us. You would enjoy it.